Good evening, guys. So we're going to be doing a video based on a little section in this book here called Classic Atheist Quotes Receive Pagan Responses. And that can be found in this little book right here. So if you're interested in something a little different to read, and the title sounds as fascinating as you think it does, then you can check it out on Amazon. And please remember that profits from this book goes toward conservation and wildlife. So if you're thinking about purchasing a copy, know that it's the money's going toward a good cause. So without further ado, let's get into this. Let's get into this. This is good stuff. This is pretty fun. This is very fun. Okay. Here we go. To you, I'm an atheist. To God, I am the loyal opposition. Quote by Woody Allen. First of all, how can you address a God if you don't believe he exists? And second of all, aren't you that creepy little guy that seduced his girlfriend's young adopted daughter back in the 90s? And bragged to the world about how great your relationship was with her? Because she was so young and inexperienced? You're kind of gross, and I'm moving on to the next quote. Next quote by Justin Brown. An atheist believes that a hospital should be built instead of a church. An atheist believes that deeds must be done instead of prayers said. An atheist strives for involvement in life and not simply escaping into death. He wants disease conquered, poverty to vanish, and war eliminated. As a pagan, I also believe that there should be more hospitals and shelters than churches. And I do believe that deeds are so important. Okay, they are. They matter above all, many things. Not all things, but many things. But if you want disease eliminated, poverty to vanish, and war to just simply, no longer be a thing, there's no more wars, then you might as well be striving for a unicorn, okay? Disease is never going to be conquered, okay? As long as you are a biological creature, and animals are biological, they have organic material. Diseases and bacteria are also organic. All right, disease and bacteria are these things that interact with other organic material. That's not ever going to be conquered. Poverty is an unfortunate fact of life. And with the world population growing into, 7 billion now? Poverty, I dare say, can only hope to get worse because of the growing population of human beings on this planet. It's just the laws of probability at play, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. And as far as war, once again, there's 7 billion people on this planet. You can never hope to put a steak and a baked potato on their plate every night. So war is always going to be a thing. It always was a thing. As long as someone has what someone else needs or wants, you're going to find, at the very least, petty theft, at the very most, warfare. You can't get rid of disease, poverty, and warfare. Like we're just going to see some kind of magical utopia. That's come on, guys. Come on. Let's move on to the next quote. People who don't like their beliefs being laughed at shouldn't have such funny beliefs. I totally agree with that. I'm still kind of chuckling a little bit over the last quote from the guy that thinks that poverty and disease and warfare can just magically disappear if you I don't know, close your eyes and click your heels. I don't know. Next quote. Science flies you to the moon. Religion flies you into buildings. Political terrorists. Okay. You're thinking of political terrorists. When was the last time you heard of, aggressive groups of followers of Jainism, Yoruba, Taoism, or even Baha'i, like flying planes into buildings all in the name of some god they're hoping to please? That doesn't happen. That happens about as much as it would happen with Wiccans and heathens and other pagans. It does, religion doesn't, no. You're thinking of political terrorists. Next quote. Gods don't kill people. People with gods kill people. Well, let's see here. Yes, that is true. People with gods can kill people. But people without gods can also kill people. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, she's going to bring up the list. Yeah, I am going to bring up the list. We have Stalin. And if you go by like some of the more liberal estimates, if you take into account not the direct result, but also the indirect result of his reign, you're looking at a man who the death toll is like almost as much, if not just as much, as the Black Plague. Okay, that dude killed a lot of people. And you also have Mussolini. He killed quite a few people. Jeffrey Dahmer. He's an atheist. He killed some people. Yeah, he killed some people. And then you had Jim Jones. Now, you might say to yourself, Jim Jones wasn't an atheist. He actually was. He actually was. He said so himself. He didn't try to hide it. On more than one occasion, even his wife mentioned how he was very much an atheist. Some of his greatest heroes were Karl Marx and a few other secularist writers. So you might be asking yourself, well, then what was he preaching? Well, he was preaching communism. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Check it out sometime. Do your homework. We got another one here. Let's see here. Religion, literally stunting the advancement of mankind for thousands of years. Reply, pagan reply. Atheism and anti-theism, literally ignoring the advancements of ancient civilizations for over thousands of years because they were religious, and apparently that made them stupid. Advancements in architecture, philosophy, medicine, civil engineering, and art, though still used today, gets theoretically ignored because the minds behind these advancements had a reverence for divine spirits. Oh. And we'll do just one more. If you allow mythical beings to run your life, you are living a half-baked fantasy that can destroy your life and the people's lives around you. And as the answer goes, I don't know about Abrahamic people, but I know I can speak on behalf of a lot of pagan people. Most of us, I would like to think most of us, are not looking for some divine sugar daddy to run our lives for us, or, I don't know, babysit us on a cosmic level and like on an individual level. That's, I don't know a whole lot of pagans that have that mindset, that, that Christians and Jewish people and Islam, Muslims have. We are very much in the mindset that nobody's babysitting us, okay? We are responsible for ourselves, and if you don't want to take responsibility for yourself, you're going to be in big trouble. Technically, I mean, me personally, I really wish there was some kind of magic sky daddy out there that was watching over me personally and, you know, running my life, because goodness knows I'm probably doing a shit job all by myself. So, yeah. No, that's, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so those are some of the more prominent quotes from atheists that got a pagan response. Anyway, like I said, guys, if you're interested, you should check out this book. It's on Amazon.com. It's something a little different, and no matter what, you might take away something really interesting, something positive away from this book. If you're interested. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. When we come back, we are going to get into consumerism, the great invisible beast behind the curtain that has it affects your everyday life a lot more than you think it does, especially if you're plugged into social media. Y'all come back.